Hi everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage and Marvelous Monday. I'm Leslie Watkins. Today I thought I would show you how to make a cute little pillow box and a card using the new Eden's Garden Suite, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. This is not available yet. This is a beautiful suite that's going to be coming out on the, I think it's the 1st or the 2nd of November, and I'll show you what that looks like. It comes with this bundle, and so we have these very pretty floral distinctive stamps and a selection of very nice sentiments. And then you get this really nice die set, and you can see it's got a lot of borders and a lot of floral wreaths, this nice long label, this little element here. And this is a set that would be useful not only for the holidays and for Christmas, but also all year round. And today I'm going to be using it as a little thank you card and gift. And I'm going to be using some other dies as well. So I've got the pretty pillow box die set, and it cuts out the pillow box. You've also got a tag, a label, then you have these really fun assortment of dies that you can use to decorate the front fold. You see, so each of these fit nicely in there. This is the one that I'm using today, so I can slip my ribbon through there. But you also have this very intricate one. You've got two labels, this one, and you can also use these scallop dies to make some decorations, both cutouts and embossing on your scallop die. And then you've got these very pretty flowers that you can nest together to make a 3D flower. I've got my rectangle stitch shapes, and I'll show you the paper I have ready to go. So I've gone ahead and I've cut out some panels using the rectangle stitch shapes, and you can see the detail on the edges there. So I've got this in two sizes, a larger and a smaller. I've got a couple of card bases here in soft succulent and what is this? Evening evergreen. I've got some gold foil, and I've got some scraps of basic white. And I've gone ahead, and I'll show you what I've cut out already. So here is the pillow box using one of the pieces of DSP that comes with the suite. And I'm going to show you some of the DSP in just a minute. But I selected this one, and you can see it's got these beautiful gold foil accents that really pick up the light nicely. And there's those two little holes that I use the extra die for passing that ribbon through. I also cut out some tags. These are the pretty pillow box tags, and I've got them in both white and the DSP, because what I like to do is I like to make my tags a little thicker by laminating them together. So I have that option ready to go. And then I just have a few little odds and ends that I may or may not use. So these are the labels from the Pretty Pillow box, some more in the other DSP that I'm using. And I also have a white to match this. So if I wanted to add a decorative border, I could do that. But now here are these very beautiful dies that come with the Eden's Garden set, and they're just so delicate. So I've got a couple of these, and this is a kind of a berry design, kind of a berry motif. I've got this cute little accent. This is a label from the Pretty Pillow box. And then I also have these little flowers. These are the ones from the Pretty Pillow box that I cut out. And then this big, beautiful, very ornate wreath. And I've already used this to on some other projects where I've cut it apart. So you can always cut these up into smaller pieces and have a really nice selection of decorations for your projects. I also have out some ribbon. So this is the soft succulent and the evening evergreen in the open weave ribbon, and this is really pretty because you can see through it in the center, and then it has this kind of satiny border on the edge. So this is super pretty and makes these very beautiful kind of floppy bows, and I really like that. So here are some of the DSPs that comes with the Eden's Garden Suite. So these are the ones that I'm using today. And the back has a more neutral tone. So this is this very pretty herringbone that I like, and some sort of, almost looks like screen on the back there. So I'll just go through these quickly to give you a sense of what the patterns look like. I was tempted to use this one today. I really like this pattern. Okay, so that is basically the suite. There are also some little gem embellishments that will be available soon that you can get with the suite. Today I'm just going to be using these little in color jewels because these have the evening evergreen and the soft succulent colors in them, and I think you can see they're very sparkly. So there they are. And those are the things that we'll be using for the project today. So let me just clear the area here. Make sure that we're live, and I am. The things. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how to put together this little pillow box. Now, I tried making the pillow box with cardstock and with the craft paper, and those are much heavier papers. And I find that this particular pillow box works best with the DSP. And especially if you've got a DSP that has a little bit of the foil in it, it makes a very nice crisp fold. And so what you do is you just fold it on those score lines like so. And then on the sides, it has this sort of elliptical score line. So you just sort of gently pinch that into shape. And it just finds its own shape as you go around, and then just give that a little bit of a help as you go. And there are 4, 2 on each side. And then once you have that done, what I like to do is to get it into position. And then grab these corner pieces and give that a nice firm pinch, and that will hold it into position. And just get this edge here. Give that a little curl. Now what I put inside of mine was, I have a little piece of this Ghirardelli chocolate. So I'm just going to tuck that in there. And then I'm going to get my soft succulent ribbon. So I'm going to take a length of that, and I'm going to have a bow at the side. So I'll give that a little bit of a snip. And I'm just going to thread that through my holes like so. Bring that around. And there's my little treat box ready to be decorated. I saved these little scraps of ribbon to use to decorate my journals. All right, so there's my little box. So you can see they look really beautiful using the DSP, and there's a number of other DSPs that would work beautifully for these things. And now what I want to do is a little bit of stamping. So I think I'm going to use this Sending Hugs stamp, because that's going to fit nicely on this label. And I'll just get that lined up. And I've moved my camera over so it's in a different place on my desk than it usually is. So just get this positioned. And what I'd like to do is take some of this berry border design I want to put that behind there, so I'm going to give that a little trim. And I'm going to save these, excuse me, these little extra pieces. And I'm going to grab a glue dot. And just put one on the top and one on the bottom. There we go, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. And there's my pretty little berry border. I think I could use a little more down here, so I'm going to grab one of those extra pieces and just add that. There we go. All right, now I'm going to put that on with some dimensionals. Put one on that side, one here, And I'm just going to let that straddle the ribbon on the back of my box, just like so. Got some of my gems here. Add a few of those. And there's my beautiful little surprise treat box. And now I'm just going to get started with my card. Oh, I forgot my tag. Let's put the tag together quickly. So for the tag, what I like to do is I like to take the two back sides and glue them together so that each side has a finished piece on it. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. Put those together like so. Okay, then I can take, let me find my thread. Now I've got this really pretty gold thread, but it does have a lot of unraveling to it. So I'm just going to put a knot on the end so it doesn't unravel too much. I'm just going to slip this through. And there's my little tag ready to write a little name on the outside of it. And that can be tied onto the ribbon of the box there. Okay, so next I have my soft succulent card base, and I have my panels. So I've got my smaller one and my larger one. And for this, I'm going to be using this one. Let's see. Let's see how these come together. I'm going to use the smaller one on the outside and the bigger one on the inside. So let's go ahead and get that assembled. So there's the inside for my message. And then the outside, I want to use some of these pretty stamps. So I'm going to start with this great big one. And I haven't used this stamp yet, so this is going to be the first time for me. And I want to test it. Sometimes when you have a new stamp set, you have to stamp it a couple of times before you get a nice image. And because these are distinctive stamps, I want to just double check and make sure that I'm happy with the way they look. So I'm just going to get my soft succulent ink out. I'm going to put plenty of ink on there. Get this so you can see what I'm doing. Just try that. So that's what I mean. Sometimes it can be a little bit blotchy when you're just beginning. So I'm just going to do this a couple of times. See what this looks like when I stamp off. Okay, I'm going to use my dauber, and I'm just going to rub that gently across the surface of the stamp. See what that does. It's very pretty. Okay, I'm not very happy with the way this is looking right now. Let me try tapping and see what that does for us. That's pretty nice. Okay, I'm going to go with a second generation image. And this paper I can use as a background, so I'm going to save this and I'm going to use this. Okay, so I'm going to go with that impression. And for my sentiment, I'm going to be using Hello There. So get that lined up. Put that right in the middle. And I want to put a little more design around the edge. So let's see what this stamp does. I love that stamp. So I'm just going to go ahead, put that over here. Okay. And I'm going to use this into my corners, just like so. There we go. It's a little hard to read the hello there in the center, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp that on a separate piece of paper and then cut it out and put it over the top. Do a better job than that. There we go. Alrighty, so that's the stamping done. Actually, while I have this stamp still out, let's just put a little bit of a decoration on the inside here. That right in the middle. There we go. Get my envelope flap. There we go. Got a little bit of a splodge on there, but that's okay. Okay, so now to cut this hello there out, I'm going to get out my machine. So I have to go grab that. I'm going to use this very pretty die. Let's see, I hope this fits. Just about. Let's just try it. I may lose a little bit, but let's see what this does. Okay, so I didn't have quite a big enough scrap for this little bit here, so I'm just going to trim that. And that'll be fine. Alrighty, we're going to go with that. So now I'm deciding, which way I want to place my kind of like that. Yeah, I'm going to do it this way. So I'm just going to dot a little bit of glue around this beautiful ornate border here and there. So pretty. Okay. My background layer. And then for this label, give that a little bit of a curl. And I'm going to use the dimensionals again. Make sure I've got it right side up. Okay, now I want to dress this up a little bit. So I have these little pieces of gold, and I've got these beautiful, delicate, these little flowers that come with the pillow box die set are really so pretty. So I'm going to very gently, because they're so delicate, give them a tiny bit of a curl, just like so. And I'm going to grab another glue dot. Put one here. Looking for my glue dots. Put another one over here. Got this little tiny one. Right there. And then finally my leaves. I'll put a couple of glue dots on there. I'm just going to have those coming up from under my sentiment. So there's my card. Let's clear away some of this mess. Let's see, we'll put this over here so I can show you the pillow box again. So that is the Eden Garden Suite with the pretty pillow box tag and treat holder. This beautiful, elegant set. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you stay well. I hope you stay happy. I hope you stay creative. For those of you that are waiting for my tutorial on the fold flat gift box, I'll be working on that to get that out to you as soon as I can. In the meantime, please make sure that you are subscribed to notes from Dandelion Cottage at my website, dandelioncottagedesign.com, so that I can send the information about the tutorial for you and other events I have coming right up. So I will see you next on Watercolor Wednesday at 12 noon right here. And I think that covers everything. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.